Tonight, a special edition of the new music. Genesis and the individual projects of past and present members. Beginning with a track from this week's #1 album, and Phil Collins.
It's true. Are you really doing the things you do? No, I cannot believe it's you, really you. All these people I'm talking to don't understand, don't seem to realize. They're listening, but they're not hearing me. They're being too cruel to be kind. Any kind of feeling that I had is gone, 'cause I give it all, it's gone. And I gave it all to you. Now I'm living on borrowed time, but it's mine. Oh, do you hear me? I cannot believe it's true. Are you really doing the things you do? No, I cannot believe it's you. Really you. Oh,
I TTC it. It is the better way.
One of the most successful bands of the last 10 years, Genesis continued to build a career that has been respected across 2 generations by fans and critics alike. Their popularity has been a steady building process. While it may have had its rocky moments, it never showed any sharp declines or growth. Genesis history can be traced back as far as 1963 and Charterhouse Private School in Surrey, England, where keyboardist Tony Banks and vocalist Peter Gabriel mutually explored music as an alternative to sports.
There was a piano in the dining room of the place where we lived, and Peter and I, as Peter Gabriel, used to just sort of play songs, Otis Redding songs mainly, most of our free time.
From playing piano in school, Tony and Peter went on to form Genesis, a band that quickly became known for its long, innovative musical suites and a very theatrical stage show. The show evolved as a way to get over a couple of problems, one of which was covering the gaps between songs while the band tuned up.
The other thing was we had these rather complex lyrics, which no one could understand because the PA systems were so bad in those days. And so this idea for sort of trying for Peter to tell little stories that were, well, originally they were supposed to be helpful in telling what the song was about. In the end, they turned into something on their own. And the other thing was to try and wear costumes and things and to make the stage help in telling whatever the lyric was telling, because we knew that most of it wasn't getting across, and we just felt with a few sort of simple masks and things like that we could get a lot across.
Now, the bands that were coming out of England, if you look back to the early 60s, groups like The Who and the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, etc., were taking their influences from people like Chuck Berry, the very original rock and roll that grew out of the United States. Bands like yourself and bands like Pink Floyd, where did those influences come from?
Well, the influences are still, we were influenced really by the Beatles and all that, I suppose, as much as anything else, but we took a little bit more maybe from the European classical music as well. I think we just took it from anywhere we could find it, really. I think a lot of our early influence, we came from sort of things like hymns even, which were an idea of you had a short piece there, which would often use quite, a lot of chords changes and quite interesting harmony. And with a very simple melody line, and I think that definitely influenced us.
The years that followed saw Genesis' early cult following building to worldwide proportions. Concerts were repeatedly sold out, and each album sold better than the one before. That continued up until May of 1975, when the band reached a crisis. Lead vocalist Peter Gabriel left Genesis.
The thing itself, because of its success, was becoming a little more conservative. Now, if I want to do something which appears stupid or unnecessarily dangerous or risky to the other people I work with, I'm entitled to do it because it's fundamentally my thing which I'm putting at risk. Whereas in a band, in a sort of democratic setup, which we were, it was other people's livelihoods that are picking up. So I think that was one of the things, and just the role of rock star in inverted commas in a big band, making records and touring, became a little mechanical. And at that time I just had some kids at home and so on, and wanted to have some time there and time to develop in things other than rock music, because I think you see a lot of hollow shells that have been performing this sort of routine function for a long time, and I didn't want to become that.
Gabriel went on to pursue a solo career that has rivaled that of the band itself. Many of the fans have crossed over to appreciate both. Others have been attracted by Gabriel's oftentimes eclectic approach to music.
Hans plays with Lottie, Lottie plays with Jane, Jane plays with Willie, Willie is happy again. Suki plays with Leo, Sasha plays with Brit, Adolf builds a bonfire, Enrico plays with it. Whistling tunes, we hide in the tunes by the seaside. Whistling tunes, we're kissing baboons in the jungle. It's a knockout. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, or without tears. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. Games without frontiers, war without tears. Chiang Shing's is blue. They all have hills to fly them on, except for Lin Tai-yu. Dressing up in costumes, playing silly games, hiding out in treetops, shouting out rude names. Whistling tunes, we hide in the tunes by the seaside. Whistling tunes, we're kissing baboons in the jungle. It's a knockout. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. Games without frontiers, war without tears.
With Gabriel gone, Genesis had to search for a new lead singer. Ironically enough, the band had to look no further than their own drum kit. Phil Collins' frontline debut on Trick of the Tail surprised people who thought Gabriel was the creative force behind the band.
As the years sort of ticked by up till the Lamb album when he left, it was slowly changing, and songs were much more by one or two or three people. And in fact, if we'd actually put who wrote what, when Pete actually left, there wouldn't have been such sort of cries of, well, that's it for them, you know, as there were. Because they'd have seen that a lot of favourite songs were written by, or at least had nothing to do with Pete.
years after Peter Gabriel split Genesis, another member left to start a solo career. Guitarist Steve Hackett, who'd been with the band since 1971.
Genesis was a collective of songwriters with far too much material, really. And I got pissed off with leaving my stuff on the shelf, really. In the end, I wanted to say, you know, these numbers are as good as anything that the band's done, if not better, and there's only one way of making sure that they're performed, and that's to record them myself.
Originally, when we started the group, we were all writers, and we were able, perhaps, we used to write an awful lot more, I suppose, in the early days. Or at least we used to sort of put a lot more down and things. When Steve left, it was more obvious that he was feeling unable to get as much as he liked out into the group. And there were two reasons for that. One is, as I say, because there's just too much stuff. And the other was perhaps because Steve's material wasn't quite as much liked by the rest of us as, say, what the rest of us wrote, you know.
Right after Hackett left, the band released their most commercially successful album to that point, and then there were three. Then they exploded with Duke, the album that knocked Pink Floyd's The Wall out of the #1 spot. Once and for all, the Genesis music had taken a new direction and had become much simpler than it was in the early days.
And there were other things we wanted to try. We didn't see any reason why we should just do kind of intricate solo work and sort of and big chord numbers and slow, pompous stuff, you know, which is in a sense what we were getting identified with. We felt just as happy to do things that are much more sort of up-tempo and things like that, just different kinds of things. And so with Duke, we tried 2 or 3 things that were different. I mean, it makes it sound more calculated than it is actually. It's just those are the things that happen to develop.
Much of that simplicity showed up on drummer Phil Collins' solo album, Face Value, an album he produced in his spare time from Genesis.
It's unnatural for me for anybody, to be in one box, you know, which is why I can't really understand why Mike and Tony don't do anything else other than Genesis.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. All I want, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Oddly enough, before the release of Face Value, Phil Collins didn't have a lot of writing input in Genesis songs. But on Abacab, their last release, his influences were all over it, especially his penchant for the Earth, Wind & Fire horn section on No Reply at All.
Talk to me. You never talk to me. Ooh, it seems that I can speak, but I can hear my voice shouting out. But there's no reply at all. Dance with me. You never dance with me. Ooh, it seems that I can move. I'm close to you, close as I can get. Yeah, there's no reply at all. There's no reply at all. I get the feeling you're trying to tell me. Is there something that I should know? What excuse are you trying to sell me? Should I be reading, stop or go? I don't know. Be with me. Seems you're never here with me. Ooh, I've been trying to get over there. Oh, but it's out of my reach. And there's no reply at all. There's no reply at all. I get the feeling you're trying to tell me. Is there something that I should know? What excuse are you trying to sell me? Should I be reading, stop or go? I don't know. Maybe deep down inside, I'm trying for no one else but me. Too stubborn to say the buck stops here. It's not the one you're looking for. But maybe deep down inside I'm lying to no one else but me. Oh, but my back is up. I'm on my guard with all the Excelsior. Listen to me. You never listen to me. Ooh, and it seems there's no way out. I've been trying, but we cannot connect. And there's no reply at all. There's no reply at all. There's no reply at all. No reply at all. Is anybody listening? Oh, there's no reply at all. Is anybody listening? Oh, 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 I think I know the story.
As Genesis progressed into the 80s, it seemed the collective power of the original members could be broken apart to ride on their individual talents. The latest member to explore that possibility is guitarist Mike Rutherford.
I'm not afraid to tell the truth. I've been hiding it for so long. Oh, I think you already know that I'm in love with you. With you. Why would we get halfway there? Why would we get halfway started? Why would we right this time. I guess you call this loving. You know it's all about me. Why would we get halfway there? Why would we get halfway started? Why would we get halfway there? Do I feel it so hard-hearted? Why would we get halfway there? Why would we get halfway there?
While Rutherford's album was met with critical acclaim, it came nowhere near the commercial success of Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel. At the same time Rutherford was trying to make the charts with Halfway There, Gabriel was moving to the top on Shock the Monkey.
Cover me. just to show you know. Someone will tell you it'll all work out alright. Don't let him steal your heart away.
The most successful member of Genesis is Phil Collins. At the release of Face Value, he said he was surprised anyone even listened to it. When Hello, I Must Be Going came out, the audience was built in. Jeannie recently got together with Phil and asked him if, after getting #1 with Face Value, he kept with the formula that worked for Hello, I Must Be Going, or if he took some risks artistically.
Sure. I mean, I would always try and put tripwires in front of myself. For instance, with this album, Hello, I Must Be Going, I deliberately did some things that I deliberately didn't do some things that I did on the first album. I mean, just purely instrument-wise, I mean, I didn't use drum machines at all like I did on the first album because I didn't want to draw any comparisons. I didn't, I tried to put more guitar into the album so that it would take the emphasis off my limited keyboard playing. And so I was trying to, consciously trying to make things different.
Don't pack my suitcase. I'll be back. Don't take my pictures off of the wall. Oh, did you hear me? Don't let him change a thing, 'cause I'll be back. Just tell him to pack his things and get out of your life. And just give me one more chance, I'll show you I'm right. 'Cause I've been thinking and I know it was me. Leaving you lonely, but hoping you could be strong. Can you look at me straight? Tell me what else can I do but say I was wrong? So don't let him steal your heart away.
Do you feel as though you've really had to pay a great price for the success that you've experienced?
I think, the business broke my marriage up. And I've got no one else to blame but myself. As I say, I used to work an awful lot. And although I say it appears now that I work an awful lot, it's a little quieter than it used to be. And 1978 was a year that I spent mainly on the road, 4 or 5 tours, 3 of America, 2 of Europe, and 1 of Japan, 6 tours. And I came back and my marriage had broken up. So I think if I'd have said to Genesis, listen, this is breaking my marriage up, we'd have cancelled the tours, but I didn't. Because I figured that, just hold on, please, just hold on, it'll be all right. And it didn't, because you can't say to someone, hang on, don't be lonely for 3 months,
Yeah, really.
So I resented the group for a while, and probably the individuals in it. But I got over that stage.
But that had nothing to do with you going off and doing a solo thing.
Well, no, I mean, the sequence of events were that I came back from Japan, as I say, and found my marriage broken up, and immediately, it was the first thing on my mind was to make sure I kept my 2 children and my wife. So I said to the guys in the band, because of my wife's ex-wife's folks live in Vancouver, I was going to, we all thought, right, easy, sell the house, go live in Vancouver. And I said to Tony and Mike and Tony Smith, our manager, if we can record, write, and rehearse an album and tour, in Vancouver, we've still got a group. If we can't, bye-bye, And they said, okay, whoa. Don't let's rush into anything. You go and sort yourself out, which I did. I went to Vancouver for 2 months with the family and thinking it was going to be different. And Tony and Mike did their solo albums while I was sort of sorting myself out. So I came back 2 months later and nothing had changed, my personal life. So by which time, of course, Tony and Mike had started their albums. So I was, twiddling my thumbs for 8 or 9 months. During which time, obviously, it wasn't like I came back and thought, right, what am I going to do? I came back miserable because, it hadn't worked out. So I went back to my house because I'd kept the house. My wife didn't want to live there. She didn't want to keep the house. She let me have it. So, and I just started to write. And all the stuff that I wrote was personal. It was very personal. It was like an open book. And at the same time, I decided to channel all my energies into trying to get a little studio together at home. So I was learning to operate that, how to work it, make sure everything was working as it should be, and writing. And I was making these tapes, which I thought were just fun tapes. And about 8 or 9 months later, when we started to think about doing an album with Genesis, which was then to become Duke, we rehearsed at my house. I moved out of the bedroom and moved into the spare bedroom, and Genesis all moved in. And we played each other some songs, and these demos of mine, which were then demos, suddenly came to me that maybe these weren't demos, they were good enough quality to be masters. So I actually used what I'd been doing for that year as my masters. So I'd already made my album, you know. All I then had to do was get the other musicians to come and help me overdub, you know, like do the real words and stuff like that, because most of the singing hadn't, you know, there's only guide vocals.
I guess your misfortune, in a way, turned out to be a blessing. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a trade-off, but at least something positive came out of, you know, what you were going through.
That's the way I looked at it. I mean, it's one of those things where it was, still is, a painful thing to think. Not painful like Lennon pain, you know, but I mean, I got a son. Everybody loves their, you know, every man loves a son. And suddenly I thought, I'm not going to have my son, and he's not going to have a father. And I still think about that, and it still depresses me. But out of that, it was a very stimulating period, because I actually managed to start something which otherwise I might never have started, which was not a solo career, because that sounds very cheap and nasty. But it started to bring out a side of me that I've since been able to, you know, carry on expressing.
Why can't we wait till morning? We can talk about it then. 'Cause I've had a drink too many, and the troubles, well, I ain't got any. Why can't we wait till daylight? Things will seem much clearer then. I'm tired and my eyes are weary, and I just want you lying here with me. So close your eyes. I'll make it oh so nice. Well, I don't wanna think about what we've said, and I don't wanna know why we hurt ourselves. 'Cause I just wanna hold you so close to me. It'll take care of itself, and I wanna sleep, so why can't we wait till next time? 'Cause that time may never come. Stay here with your arms around me. You're going nowhere without me. So close your eyes. I'll make it oh so nice for you.
that's this edition of the New Music. For Jeannie Becker, I'm J.D. Roberts.